Let's go back to talking about something we mentioned just before 8:30 and something we've been talking about throughout this week on BBC Hereford and Worcester, the previously untold stories of World War I as part of our World War I at Home series. Now, many places are planning on holding their own commemorations to mark the centenary of the war. And one of those inspired to do something is Abbey Dore in Herefordshire. And Anne Booth is organising things. Morning, Anne.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you planning on marking this?
Not sure, to be honest. It's a brand new project that literally just got off the ground this week, and just want to find out more about what happened in the local area and the local people who took part. So looking for people to come forward with family stories, things like that, and then hopefully come up with an exhibition or something like that in the not-too-distant future.
So you're not sure, but that doesn't matter, because, inspired by what other people have been talking about, you now want to know what Abbey Dore's part in things was? That's
right, yeah. I mean, it's a fairly small area, but we did used to have a railway that ran through the village, so obviously that must have played a part in things. There are old families that have been in the area for a long time, so there must be some history that's gone on there, and also in the Abbey we've got the War Memorial, so I think that will probably be a good starting point.
It's quite exciting, isn't it, because much like the project we have undertaken on the radio station, all the stuff that you may have heard throughout this week we didn't know before.
That's right, and it's interesting. I'm not from the area, I'm originally from Yorkshire, but we have got my great-grandfather's old letters that he wrote from the front back home, and I think it's things like that people might discover and ought to be brought out into the public for people to have a look at and just to remember what went on. I mean, not necessarily, the killing and everything like that, but just how it affected people on a day-to-day basis.
Well, and it was the importance of the area, perhaps people that lived there were based there, people that passed through, maybe someone that could have been hidden somewhere,
right.
All those things. So if anyone who's connected to the area, what should they do in the first instance?
If they could possibly email us or get in touch with us on our Facebook page, and so the email address is abbydorehall@gmail.com, or the Facebook page is Abbey Dore Community Events.
Yeah.
And we'll be having a meeting on the 12th of March, that's a week on Wednesday, at 7:30 in the Village Hall, where hopefully anyone who's interested can get together and we can talk about what we'd like to do and get something off the ground and running.
Will you do me a favour? Keep me updated as to what is thrown up by this project, because I reckon you might have a few gems down there.
Well, I think so. I mean, I've already heard the odd snippet of information, so I think it could come up with something good, and certainly would be happy to get you informed, Andrew.
Anyone with connections then to Abbey Dore, whether you still live there now or whether you lived there in the past, give us that address again.
It's abbydorehall@gmail.com.
Thank you, Anne. Keep in touch.
It's a pleasure, Andrew. Thank you very much.
All right, Anne Booth, it's 8:45.